abbreviated version because I talk way too much. Abbreviated version. This is going to be short and sweet. Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be installing a brushless system on my Kyosho Outlaw Rampage Pro. If you saw my last video, you'll know that I was running a pretty basic brush system out of a two-wheel drive Slash. It was a 12-turn Titan motor to VXL5 ESC. And if I remember right, I got about 18, 19 miles an hour out of that. And the truck was a lot of fun at that speed. But I do want a little bit more. I am planning on doing a little two-wheel drive pre-runner shootout between 3 different trucks that 2 of them are pretty much built up already. Obviously, this is one of them. I have another Proline twin I-beams build that I did. That's pretty much a full custom build based off an SCX 10.2. I believe right now is going to be about 25 miles an hour. So my goal is to get all 3 trucks to do about the same top speed. And this way, at least one of them doesn't have like a significant advantage over the other. And they are running different systems, but like I said, the easiest way I can kind of make everything even Steven is to just kind of get their top speed to be about equal. So I'm shooting for 25 miles an hour. I think I'm going to get there. I went from the 12 turn, which is about a 3600 kV. I went to a 5200 kV Surpass rocket motor. It's nothing fancy. It's like a $30 motor. You can get them on Amazon, but they make really nice motors. So I'll show you that in a minute. And I'm running it with this Hobbywing 10BL60. This is a censored ESC. If you wanted to set it up censored, it has the port. You could plug it into the motor, but I'm not running it that way. The censored feature really just gives you much better motor control at low RPM, like off neutral up to a certain point, and then the censored feature stops working anyway. So this truck is mostly going to be run at higher RPM, so I don't think the censored feature is even going to come into play here. So another thing I want to try today is this ESS dual sound module. I can program in a really cool trophy truck sound into this, and it gets connected to your ESC so that when you give it throttle, you hear it sounds like it has a real engine in it. So that's going to be cool. I want to experiment with this. I do also want to just say I appreciate you guys watching and liking and commenting on my previous video on this truck. It's been one of my more popular videos in recent months, and I was kind of surprised. I don't know. I didn't think this truck was that popular, but I had a lot of views on that, a lot of comments on it. I think the color I chose, that candy green from Spastics, really had a lot to do with it. A lot of people love that color, had a lot of questions about that. And yeah, I guess it's a real popular truck. Or there was a lot of guys that said, oh, I had a kid, I never built it up. You inspired me to do it now. I highly recommend this thing. It's a great truck, especially for the cost. This thing is really cool. For $230, it's a super nice kit. This is the motor I'm going with here, Surpass Rocket, 5200 kV, nice and sealed, easy to get to that bearing, a couple drips of lube now and then. Actually, that's even sealed too. I didn't even realize that they put a little piece of clear tape over there, so that's really nice. This thing is going to be great. Okay, so on to some running video here. 2 things I want to point out right from the start here. The ESS sound module is awesome. I love it on this truck. This is actually a 69 Charger, to 69 Dodge Charger, I believe is the sound I chose. It just had the best like 8-cylinder racing motor sound that I found on there. So I'm really happy with that. Second is the gear noise on this truck is horrible. I'm pretty sure it's really just comes down to the pinion and the spur gear. I've read that an associated spur gear can kind of help with that and quiet it down a bit. So I'm definitely going to try that. Maybe an associated spur with a good Robinson Racing pinion might be a little quieter, I hope, because it kind of ruins the whole effect. The motor sounds so good, and then you just hear this crazy high-pitched whining gear noise, and it's super annoying. So anyway, I'll be working on that. That's hopefully an easy fix. Fingers crossed, we'll find out. But yeah, I love the sound module on this truck. It's just so cool. It really adds to the driving experience. Really happy with it. Overall, the truck did great. It was really cold out and the conditions were not great. It was almost like somewhat defrosted mud in spots, and as soon as it hit the truck, it would refreeze again. But no issue. I did actually have one issue that I wanted to mention. I need to check it out, but I think the spring on the servo saver came loose or backed out, because toward the end of this run I did start losing some steering. So I need to take a peek at that. I don't know if maybe just some ice or mud got in there and screwed things up, but it seems like something feels looser now than it did initially. But other than that, the truck did great. No damage, so that's always good. Running in cold conditions, plastics seem to hold up really well. I'm really happy with the setup on this truck. Suspension is working nicely. I love these Mias Racing lights up on the front. And I need to figure out some sort of a chase light on the rear. I do have a little LED strip I'm going to throw on there, but I think I want to make something a little bit nicer. I feel like this truck deserves to have really nice lighting on the rear, since the front looks so cool now too. Overall, I think this truck is pretty well dialed out of the box. Once you get the right power system in it, a decent servo, put a gyro on there, and then just, the rest of it is just aesthetics. Do some lighting, do some nice paint job on it, make it look the way you want it to look, and the truck is a blast, man. It rips, it handles nice. I'm really happy with the power on this truck now. The brakes work so much better with the brushless system. This Hobbywing ESC is perfect for this truck. I did drop the punch way down, so it's just at a level 1 punch. I didn't want to have a ton of power going into this thing initially, because it would just end up in like wheel spin, and I think it would be a little bit tough on the transmission gears because everything is plastic, so I wanted to kind of keep it as mellow as possible. But really happy with this thing now. I think it's pretty much ready for the pre-runner shootout that I have planned for these trucks. And I did just get out and do the shakedown run on my Bronco I-beam builds, so stay tuned for that. That's going to be coming up really soon. And that truck is going to give this thing a run for its money, man. They both are very dialed at this point, and they're both a lot of fun to drive. So I thought this truck the Kyosho was going to be the clear winner, but I don't know. It's going to be close, so stay tuned. And I did overachieve a little bit. I wanted to shoot for 25, and I ended up hitting 29 miles an hour, and I think it even has more in it. The terrain is a little rough here, and it was cold. I didn't want to absolutely push it to its limit, so I think it has 31, 32 miles an hour in it. But I'm happy with the way this thing is running, so I can just dial that down on my dual rate and drop it down so all these trucks are evenly matched. So very happy with it. I'm going to let this segment run out here a little bit, and let me know what you guys think. Do you have a good place to run your RC cars? Because you're going to see what's about to happen here. This is a spot I discovered last year. It's an old abandoned airstrip in the town next to mine, and it's a super fun spot. It's just a big open field. There's a big dirt pile that is from the town's DPW department, and you see in the background right there what's about to happen. It's hard to believe. I'm a middle-aged man playing with a toy truck, and the police roll up on me and kick me out of here and say that it's private property, even though there's no signs, there's no signage anywhere. There's one sign that says no dumping. I've cleaned up litter in this spot, and I've told the cops. They were actually really cool. It was two young guys. They were cool. They loved the truck. They were really interested in it, but ultimately they ended up kicking me out of here and said it's private property and I can't come back. So that's New Jersey for you, man. It sucks. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more pre-runner videos. Later.